GM, welcome back to another video. This time we are looking at Phantom, another popular coin that is in many people's portfolio. Again, I'm using EngineeringRobo AI, and let's dive straight into the 15-minute. Let's not mess around with all the historical price action on a bigger time frame. So as you can see, the AI support and resistance lines have been painted by the indicator, and price is at a key level where it has actually stopped dropping. When we kind of zoom back a little bit, that is a price point where it had stopped falling from before. We've seen the AI sell signal here, and we've not currently got a buy signal. Let me make this a little bit bigger because the dashboard is always useful information. So if I make it normal size, and then we'll jump on to the slightly bigger time frame, just in case you're watching this video a little bit later on. So as that is loading, it does take a while because there's so many calculations going on in the background where information is being pulled from a various amount of sources and then repainted onto the chart itself. Let's begin with the AI social intelligence score. The worst score you can have is 5, a red 5. You'll see on a different time frame that the intelligence score is going to be different, let's say. We can see that it's on 4 at the moment. So obviously, as it moves into a green zone, where the color at the moment is red, we want to see the color green and at least a number 3 for us to be diving into this. The AI social intelligence score curates many social media sentiment to then provide a score where the indicator actually crunches those numbers and provides a verdict back to us. Smart money is in, and we don't know when the smart money entered from, but on this time frame, smart money is already in on this pair. RSI is neutral, and we can see across the board it is bearish. If this coin is to turn, it will turn first on the smaller time frame, and then gradually we would see bullish behavior going all the way up. But from a long-term perspective, on a weekly time frame, it is certainly still bullish, but very, very red at the moment. If I'm looking at the stochastic indicator, I always like this because it shows me the speed and strength of where we are in terms of price action. It didn't actually drop any further, and it did meet the 50% line. So I am liking that, and I am liking the fact that it is stopped on a core price point. So this is definitely one to begin to start to watch. Again, like I mentioned, we've got the AI sell signal, nothing in terms of AI buying at the moment. If we move up a notch in terms of a bigger time frame, this is the 45-minute one. I'm going to make the AI dashboard a little bit larger, but you can see that the price points or the support and resistance lines are slightly different on this one. On the smaller time zone, or on the 15-minute time frame, the price was actually already on the support line. So as this is a bigger time frame, I am just going to mark that with my own price point line there, because what I do want to do is zoom out to see price behavior at what happened in the past. And we can see that before, this area here was resistance, and now it had turned into support. So we're looking back last month around about November the 24th. So since then, price has rallied, and now's the first time it's actually testing it back. So it is a key area, as you can see. And right now, I wouldn't really be looking to buy, even though the 15-minute time frame had stalled around the 50% mark. I would want to see it drop a little bit further. Let's have a quick look at the AI dashboard. Again, the social intelligence score on this time frame is 5. We've seen on the 15-minute one that it's slowly getting to 0 and then into the +1, 2, 3 with the green background. So that's actually good. On the 45-minute, it is oversold, so that's positive if we're looking to enter. But as we know with RSIs, it can stay in the lower zones for longer than we anticipate as traders and investors. It's still bearish across all the time frames. So again, something that we do want to be keeping our eyes on. I just want to bunch up price. So yeah, price has rallied and it's hit a lot of resistance zones, and it's only got one line of a hard support. So definitely we'll be looking to enter around about this price if we're not already in. I'm a trader as opposed to an investor, and the time frame that I like to look at for crypto is between 15, 45 and 3 hours. Speaking of which, we'll move on to the 3 hours timeline, and I've got the hodl line open at the moment. This is a AI powered McGinley dynamic line. We can see that it is in the settings hodl line here. We can see that price has fallen below there, and that's where we've had the sell signal. Here's my marking from before, where that is a key price point, even on the 3 hour time frame. And then looking back, it is, I take it roughly there. Price never hits a point, it's more a zone. So we'll be more accurate in marking up this area, something like this, because we just don't know if it's going to come back to that cent. So again, I'm happy with this in terms of a interesting price point. It could actually turn right from here within 15 minutes, but I want to see more signals from our Robo AI. Let me bring up the dashboard to see what that is telling us. And in fact, let me just see if there's any early bird signal that we could take. That's always a good one to check. Again, maybe I should switch on the I'll switch on Best Buy and sell levels, and then the orange support and resistant lines as well. So again, early bird is a much higher risk entry, as in if we look at the last early bird sign, price according to the indicator was ready to go up, but early bird is definitely a risky entry. We do want 3 out of 5 parameters to be true before we would actually take the trade. Again, quickly looking at daily 3 hour, 45, 15 minutes, they're all kind of bearish, and we've got an intelligence score of 5 at the moment. It was 4 on the 15 minute, 5 on the 45, and 5 on -5 on the 3 hour. Earlier on, we didn't see the various support levels. Let me just quickly hide the dashboard. We didn't see the support levels because price increments were too small. So potentially this gives us a better view of what's going on. In fact, let me switch off the early bird one and the AI take profit, and also the hodl line. There's a huge amount of individual settings, and throughout my videos I'll be going through each of the settings of the indicator. As you can see, because there's so much going on, it does take a while to update, but that's no bad thing. I did have the best buy, best sell levels. This is essentially for investors, and a good 3 hour time frame gives us an indication of what the best buy levels were. Any time it's in green, that's when this is deemed by the indicator to be oversold. So in this case, we're looking at around the 40 cents, just under 50 cents, and around June earlier on this year, 81 was a good price point. Obviously, the price dipped down further. We're kind of not too far from 81 at the moment. And again, if we look at the support line here, which is around about 85 cents, we are seeing the investor line here as well, where you can't really do wrong in terms of getting an early entry here. It may dip lower and then this would shade green, but we would be looking for entries around this point. Just something else on the investors line that I do like to check out is this FOMO line at the top. So where this gives you your base price of your entry, you really want to be looking to sell around here. So that's always something that we can keep an eye of. Let's have a quick look at the stochastic to see where we are, and that's looking good as well. In terms of a 3-hour time frame, this is right at the bottom. Some people would like to see that curve up. I think that we could potentially take an early entry here. Just want to measure the distance. There's a 16% difference between the next support and resistant line. So for me, that would be too much of a big stop loss. So I will be potentially moving down to a smaller time frame to see price action on the 45-minute. So we don't have one here. I would be comfortable with potentially a 3% stop loss. If I was looking to, between 3 and 5% stop loss is probably where I would be putting in for a long entry here. Let's go back to the 3-hour. There's one other thing that I would like to check, and that is finding out where Bitcoin is, because as we know, Bitcoin is where all the other altcoins take their lead from, and on the 3-hour that is turning up, so that's quite healthy as well. We've seen price action kind of stall around this area. That's good. It's just broken below that low, and we've seen a liquidity grab at the bottom here. So again, if we were to look at potential areas, that is a 3%, well within my 3 to 5% stop loss area. Yeah, so I would ideally be putting a 5%, maybe 90, just under 90, 88, something around there for my stop loss. So that's on the 4-hour, really making the indicator work as I shift through these time frames. We've just had a daily sell on Bitcoin, and when a daily sell is shown by the indicator, we really do want to be waiting on a buy signal before going into the market. So this would suggest to me on a daily time frame, where the bigger institutional traders are, potentially that this area is the one that we ought to be looking at, and that's around the 72 price range. There could be a small bounce here before a dip down. That could be worth a risk, but if you're a long-term investor trader, then 72k is probably where you're looking at in terms of going long for the longer term. As always, make sure you keep checking the channel. I will be doing updates and giving you my thoughts and my interpretation of what Robo Engineering AI is telling us. For now, just to kind of wrap it up, FTM, are we good to enter? I would say hold off for now. I would say definitely hold off for now. With Bitcoin kind of struggling where we are, if it does drop, then the altcoins will drop a lot more. So I wouldn't be rushing to enter in. It's often safer to have a confirmed long entry rather than trying to catch something that hasn't reversed yet. So in my mind, I'll be setting an alert around here. I'll do that now, in fact. And we'll see what happens when price gets around to this area. So we'll take a look to see if the AI social intelligence score would have changed. We'll see how price would react around these previous highs. And this support zone here. So yeah, looking forward to what this coin does. See you on the next one.